Black Clover chapter 251. My god, this is the best one out of every single chapter I've read so far. So, with what happened in this? So, we start things off with Gaja. You know what, before I get into this, let me just say this right off the bat. Vanica, the Dark is even more terrifying than I thought, and the power of Megicula is going to be even way, way more overpowered and stuff like that. So there's no real way to actually gauge how this fight will end up going. So anyway, the chapter starts off with Gaja, who managed to make it in time to save one of the Spirit Guardians from being defeated by one of the Dark Disciples and took him down with almost no effort whatsoever. The Spirit Guardian that he protected stated that even among all the Spirit Guardians, Gaja is a league above the rest. So that proves that Gaja is in fact the strongest mage in the Heart Kingdom, next to Lopachika, due to her spirit magic and stuff like that. So there's that. We then cut back to the throne room where Mimosa, Noelle, and Lopachika are viewing the situation, where they're excited to see that everyone did well. Noelle's like, she's like, well, of course they won, and in her head she's like, whew, good job, guys. Like she was actually kind of scared. She was in fact kind of scared. And Lopachika is also surprised. She even stated that all the mages they fought, all the dark disciples they fought from the Spade Kingdom, were stronger than them, and states that Clover Kingdom mages actually really do get stronger as they fight, which I do like. So after this happens, all that's left is for them. They basically took out all of the enemies, but then one of the dark disciples breaks into the throne room to try and take down Lopachika and the rest, but they saw it coming. So Lopachika gave some power to Mimosa, and she launched a cannon attack at the guy, basically knocking him down. They celebrate too soon, however, because Vanica shows up and honestly, from the way the page is drawn, you really do get to see the tension in the air as she just walks through the hole in the wall. She starts off by saying, "I, for one, glad to see her again, but also that last time she just cursed her for Megicula's sake, but now she's gonna try and finish the job." So they end up saying that Mimosa and Noelle and everyone are being like, basically said that they took care of all of her lackeys, and she's next. Sorry about that. And she is next. But then she then said, "Oh, but you didn't take them down." And the guy that Mimosa took down earlier just got up. And all of a sudden, he's starting to spout off nonsense, and also thanking Vanica. But then she smashes his head down. It continues to stomp on it until it starts to get all bloody and almost like she cracked the guy's skull. But then he gets back up, to everyone's shock. And she explains what she did, and to the extent of Megicula's curse magic. At least a taste of it. Turns out, she cursed all the dark disciples that entered the Heart Kingdom to not die. She made them immortal. She made her dark disciples immortal. She cursed them to be immortal. No matter how many times you knock them down or defeat them, they'll just come right back up. And as she's explaining this, we see that everyone that was taken down get right back up. Luck's opponent, Gaja's opponent, Leo's opponent, and Charmy's opponent all start getting up, spouting, saying stuff like "How dare you" and stuff like that. And as this is going on, Vanica in her head is like, they're all saying something stupid, aren't they? Or something foolish. And then and literally as this is going on, that Leo, Luck, and Charmy kind of smile and say, "Bring it on." So they're up for the task. Luck and Leo took a ton of damage in their fights, but they're still willing to fight. With how things work, they can actually hold their own in a fight against these guys. If they can take them down, they can take them down as much as they possibly can, as long as they have magical power. And then Vanica's like, "Are you in?" One thing I do have to say, why Vanica attacked the Heart Kingdom as a whole, just to get to Lopachika, was that she figured that she'd be more into the fight if her citizens were in danger and were dying around her. which, yes, it's proper motivation, but that's just twisted. It shows, not to mention how she cursed all of her disciples to be freaking immortal. But yeah, that was something that I honestly did not see coming. I didn't know that. I mean, whenever it comes to fiction, people can be cursed to not die. People can be cursed with immortality. So that is a common trope to use when it comes to like curses or, you know, people not dying when it comes to stuff like that in fiction. But to do that to people that are weaker than the main villain, curse them to be immortal, so that they can continuously fight no matter how damaged or how many times they end up getting killed. That's the perfect army. So I don't see how they can end up winning this unless they can somehow take down Vanica. She states it herself. The curse will disappear once she's defeated or, you know, she's dead. Which isn't really going to be easy, considering that she's got a freaking powerful demon, and that's a lot to really take in. So the chapter ends with the girls getting ready to take on Vanica, all battle hardened and ready to take her down, and that's how the chapter ends. So just when we thought that the Heart Kingdom was going to start getting back on its feet and we're only going to have one full fight against Vanica left, we actually get the reveal that, yeah, our heroes beat them, but they can't die. So they're going to keep coming back no matter what, and these guys are pissed. So I don't see how this could end up ending well. We could end up seeing the Heart Kingdom getting destroyed, and Lil Pachika could get killed or kidnapped, for all we know. This could end in failure right now. Everything going on with the Space Kingdom could end up in failure. I don't really see how they could take on Vanica at this point. Yeah, Mimosa and Noelle have gotten a lot stronger, and probably combined with the room magic of the Heart Kingdom can be even more powerful, or just as powerful as Vanica, maybe like 50% of her strength. And Lil Pachika only has a few more months left to live due to the curse. So yeah, I don't see how they're gonna beat her. They could drive her to the edge, just like how Yami drove Dante to go get serious in their fight. I could see that happening. But then again, we could also see another Yuno situation where Vanica just goes freaking 40 or 50% and just decimates them. That's also a possibility. And then everyone else will end up losing due to exhaustion. This could end up being an actual loss. Another loss. But yeah. What did you guys think? Do you think that what Vanica did with Megicula's Curse Magic on her Dark Disciples is just too overpowered and also kind of smart if we want a pretty good army? And how do you think this part of the arc is going to end at? Do you think they're going to win or drive them back? Or do you think they're going to be utterly destroyed? Leave your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you really enjoy me doing these chapter reviews. And above all else, have an awesome day.